Hi, ED 420 students. I'm Desiree Pointer-Mace.
Nancy Athanasio.
And we're here to just talk to you about one of the ways that you're going to establish for your assessors how your portfolio, no matter how you've arranged it, establishes your competency in the abilities and the standards. So if you take a look at the ED 420 website, click on Framing, and then click on the Sample Candidate Evidence Record, this is going to open up the document that then you're going to use to elaborate for your assessors. So it's going to open up, sorry, this is another file here. Let me enlarge this so that people can see it. And Nancy, will you take students through what's here and how they can use this document?
Well, this document is really meant to be your roadmap for your assessors. So what it's supposed to do is help your assessors see how you have met the criteria. So if you look, you'll see the criteria on the left of your form here, and what you want to do on the right where it says brief description of nature and location is really send the assessors to where they can see that you've done things like related to state or district standards, or that you've used various instructional strategies. So obviously that's going to be found in many locations throughout your portfolio. So you could say, in all lesson plans, in tab 1 or tab 2, depending on how you've organized. But it's really that roadmap so that your assessors aren't going through your electronic portfolio and not sure where you've done these things. You're really going to spell it out for them and tell them where in your portfolio they can find evidence that you've met these things.
And similarly for classroom environment, for instruction and assessment, for professional responsibilities, we've used here the categories that are actually being used in our observation forms for you throughout your field experiences and into your student teaching. The last piece here is just that you can check how are you using oral and written communication throughout. The last piece that we want to make sure is that this makes sure that there are no holes in your portfolio. Right. So for example, you want to talk about how somebody will fill this part out.
Right, and actually what I will do, and you can look for this in the next day or so, I will put up a sample candidate evidence record that a student created last semester, and I have her permission to do so that you can see, because the assessors are the ones that came to me and said, this portfolio was really easy to navigate through because, and then they sent me the candidate evidence record sheet. But in here you would list what artifact or evidence are you focusing on, or where do you want to send your assessors.
So
what is
like
the piece?
PowerPoint for ED 352,
right.
And that speaks to Wisconsin teaching, so communication and the Wisconsin Teaching Standard number 6, and it's in my section on sort of the rainbow section, or whatever it is, however you've organized
your portfolio. So what that does for you, first and foremost, because this is your copy, is that it allows you to lay out all of your pieces and to say, yes, I've covered all 5 education abilities, yes, I've addressed all 10 teacher standards, and here are the various places that my assessors can go to see that.
Speaking as an assessor, this kind of document is really helpful to me because I know that you've done a lot of real intense work to organize your portfolio, but that organization doesn't always come across super clearly to somebody who's brand new to you who doesn't know your teaching. So whether they're your internal Alverno assessor or your external practicing teacher assessor, this is really going to provide them a map to how you've organized your work.
Right.
So, and again, as you're writing your rationales on the website, really do use this rationale guide. You should have seen a version of this before in your ED 220 experience, but this will help you really write rationales that are explicit.
Right, because we want to avoid our things like, as you can see, I've met Standard 6 in tab 2. And your assessors are going to go, as I can see, really?
Right.
No, they need you to tell them how you have done that. So I have met Standard 2 by creating this lesson plan that did X, here's for my 321 students that did X, Y, and Z, so that, it's really spelled out for your assessors. So the more clear you are in that candidate evidence record sheet, the easier it is for your assessors to navigate, the happier assessors will be.
Exactly. And the whole purpose of this is to advance you to student teaching.
Right.
We want to make sure that you are ready to be truly excellent with your students next semester. And so whether you're the coordinator of the portfolio or the coordinator of the student teaching, we have a real stake in you being excellent and being able to show exactly your strengths that you're bringing forward into student teaching.
Yes.
So we wish you luck, and we hope this has been helpful, and we'll be in touch.